Disclaimer, I'm not going by any means to advocate for faking anything or being unprofessional or not to be prepared for an experience. I'm just saying today that 8 years ago, life brought me an opportunity that I couldn't deny. And I had to develop skills on the spot to adapt and survive. And those are the skills that I want to share with you. Hi everyone! For those who don't know me yet, my name is Margot and I'm French. If you like cross-culture, living abroad stories, this channel is for you. Subscribe, hit the bell button and enjoy the video. 8 years ago I decided to study abroad in Boston and then to be back to France with my American experience in my luggage. But it didn't go this way, and after a certain number of non-permanent working visas, I'm now a proud and happy resident living and working in New York City. If you watched my story video, you already know that the opportunity to go to Berklee College of Music took me a little bit by surprise. Of course, I applied to the audition, but I applied to it to know more about the content of it and to be more prepared for the following year. After the audition, I was submerged by a question. And it was even not a question, it was ugly truth. Even though I had studied English in my teenage years, I studied it to understand it, but I never used it to communicate. So basically I was entering an experience in my life, a new chapter, without the English level needed to communicate fairly socially. As I was planning just to stay a few semesters there was a foolish son of me trying to convince myself that it would be okay because I was going to study music, not literature. And music being an universal language, maybe at the end I would manage. And the opportunity was too good not to be taken. So I took it. America is a complete country. It's a large one. Europe is a smaller territory and countries are very small. So people are more used to travel, or European countries are more used to be visited. So I really witness European people putting people down because of their language skills. Meanwhile, my experience in America, not being prepared on a language level, was kind of hard, if I can share that with you. Of course, there was most of the Americans who were very patient and very kind with me when I was struggling. But there was also some of them, without being mean, but they were letting me feeling that my language limitation were confused with maybe other type of limitations. And I had to advocate for myself when people were just giving up on me, saying, wait a minute, please. Would you mind to repeat it a little bit slower? And I'm sure I'm going to get your idea. Thank you. First tip I understood the very hard way. English language or French language are not based on the same purposes. Latin languages as French are melodic ones, meaning when you are studying it, the goal is to connect the word to make it the most flowy possible. While in the English language, it's more a rhythmical language. So for all my friends who are sharing the same Latin roots as a language, I couldn't stress it enough that if you are not putting the right stress on the word, English speakers are even not going to catch what you are saying. Even though you are saying the right word, if it's not stressed the right way, people are not going to understand. On the topic of faking it till you make it, I have some tips now to survive in my environment because till now, my English skills might be slightly better, but I'm not catching 100% of conversation. But now the difference is that I'm not freaking out anymore. I'm waiting patiently till the end of the sentence. When I'm not catching one word, I'm just saying, oh, I don't know this word. Would you explain it to me? Or if I'm just catching 70% of the conversation, I'm fine with it. Usually it ends well. When I'm noticing that the person in front of me is not getting what I'm saying, I'm not waiting. I'm taking charge right away by saying, let me rephrase it, and I'm trying to rephrase it with slightly different words. I'm also using humor to make the person in front of me more comfortable. Because let's be clear, when you hear a strong accent for an accent, it's uncomfortable for everybody. So what I'm doing when I'm feeling a sense of tension, I'm saying, oh, I apologize for my strong accent, or maybe this is not the right word, and I'm sorry for my broken English. It really helps. If you like this video, please subscribe, give a thumb up, and hit the bell button. If you happen to have been in such situation, you feel stuck with language, or maybe you're not the right fit compared to the situation you are in, just let me know in the comment section below. Next episode, let's talk about being French in New York City. Did I find it easier or more difficult than I would have expected? Stay tuned. À bientôt. See you soon.